Welcome back! Ever wonder why we sabotage our own goals? Why do we stay glued to our phones instead of getting fit? Or why do we keep making excuses about going green? Last week, we dug into these frustrating behaviors using the discounting matrix to understand what's really holding us back. Today, we're going even further. Hi, I'm Anastasia, a climate psychologist and master coach. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to support me. Your subscription keeps this project alive, allowing me to help you with your well-being and eco-anxiety. My dear eco-visionaries, today we continue to expose the hidden obstacles preventing you from taking action and learn how to crush them. Are you ready to break free from your own excuses? Then let's get started. Here's what we'll cover today. We'll recognize that our problems actually have solutions, understand why we resist taking action, and how to overcome that resistance. By the end of this video, you'll gain a real instrument used in transactional analysis to help people break through their barriers and achieve their goals. Your effort today will bring you closer to breaking free from excuses and living the life you want. In our previous video, I asked you to consider some challenging questions using the discounting matrix as a framework. I hope you've completed that homework and have started thinking about the changes you want to make in your life, even if they seem out of reach right now. If so, you should now have a list of possible solutions, practical, yet perhaps a bit intimidating. It's excellent if you recognize the range of solutions that exist for such situations, at least theoretically. So now we are at the point where we need to recognize that our problem actually has a solution. And sounds easy, right? Like no big deal. But trust me, it's not. The moment we accept that the problem can be solved both in general and for us personally, we have to do something about it. And that's where we hit a wall. Take climate change as example. You might get that it's possible to reduce waste or save biodiversity. You know there are solutions out there, but they still feel kind of distant. It's like, yeah, I got it, but... Until you really get that those solutions need you to take action. And taking action means effort, and let's be honest, we'd rather not. Returning to my case, when I was thinking about going back to university for a second degree, I talked to other potential students and realized that they were all facing the same issues. Real solutions started popping up and they scared me. Leaving marketing, finding money, deciding to switch careers, every step was so scary. This stage is all about facing the fact that change is possible, but it means stepping out of our comfy little bubble and actually doing something. And it's terrifying. And it's so much easier to keep ignoring the solutions right in front of us. But if we manage to get past the previous levels of ignoring, we often find ourselves devaluing the solutions. It's like, oh, that won't work for me. It hasn't helped anyone yet. John tried it and it didn't work for him. We are trying to slip back into blissful ignorance. You've heard the arguments around climate consciousness, right? When it comes to reducing CO2 from cars, people say, buying an electric car isn't an option because of the huge CO2 emissions during battery production and disposal. Bicycles? Nope, the weather is too bad. Scooters? Too dangerous because of accidents. Walking? It's too far. And there you have it. We've dismissed every option. Look at the list of the solutions you've written. Do they all seem impossible? Are any of them good options? Now, we are where the challenge hits right at the heart. We're being pushed to recognize that there are other solutions out there. We thought we had dealt with this in the previous stage, but a nagging thought persists. What if the solution does exist? We realize there are indeed other paths to take, and we might come up with our own ideas. Suddenly, we're back in the game and we have to make a decision. In my own journey, when considering a second degree, I initially rejected the idea of enrollment. I didn't have the money or the portfolio of projects necessary for admission. I felt stuck once again. Then my friend pointed out something I had completely overlooked, or discounted, as the Matrix says. I had designed my apartment, and my paintings, drawings, and even some DIY furniture projects were all there. It dawned on me that these could form a solid portfolio. And with this realization, I saw a path forward. Now look at your list of possibilities. Which of them applies but frightens you? Try not only to think logically, but also feel with your body what seems possible. But remember, as Einstein once said, problems cannot be solved at the same level of thinking that created them. Therefore, it's likely that the solution is not immediately apparent. Trust yourself to take the first step, and as you move forward, new options will become available to you. For better or worse, we tend to stick with what we know. We often don't even notice how we repeat the same actions, getting the same results. It's impossible to achieve different outcomes if we keep doing the same things. Old actions, old results. Are you ready to change your behavior style? Have you ever had to consciously change your environment or make a decision that goes against your usual habits or what society expects? If you have, you probably remember how tough it was the first time and how it's got a bit easier each subsequent time. For instance, by the time I decided to pursue a third higher education, I made the decision without hesitation. But the first time was incredibly difficult. I faced social disapproval and people devalued my decision. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. Let's think about climate activism. It's not easy suddenly start acting differently. Imagine yesterday you tossed all your trash together, today you start separating it. Yesterday you drove to the store, today you walk. Yesterday you ate meat every day, today you opt for vegetable salad. These changes can cause resistance, both internally and from those around you. But this stage is all about changes and embracing new behaviors, even when it feels uncomfortable or you face pushback. But every step you take makes the next one a little easier. So don't ignore your ability to react differently. You are capable of moving to the next quadrant, which is about recognizing that you can solve problems by making choices. Don't wait for things to change by themselves or hope that someone else will improve your life. No, you have the power to make your own decisions. I often hear doubts like, I don't know what's best for me, I can't decide, or I need to consult someone. And this often means shifting responsibility. Take a moment to look at the challenge you wrote down at the beginning of the video. Read it again and recognize that you are capable of making a decision. You have everything what it takes to choose a course of action and follow it through. This stage is about embracing your potential and taking charge of your life. And remember, every decision you make, no matter how small, is a step towards creating the change you want to see. So, welcome to the final quadrant. This is our bingo, our win in navigating life's challenges. The ability to act according to the decision we've made. You might think that after moving through the first 11 cells, the 12th would be the easiest. But there is one last hurdle: our brains. Ever heard of procrastination? This is when we've made a decision but still don't act on it. If this happens, it's time to revisit the entire matrix. It means there is a solution in one of the quadrants that you haven't fully embraced. You might still be doubting your decision or your options, because when you've truly accepted a decision and committed to it, nothing can hold you back. I know from personal experience that when I'm not fully sure of myself, any little thing can derail me. But once a decision is made, it gives me strength. When I committed to interior design, I never looked back. I ignored doubts and belittling from others. It didn't matter anymore. Now that this video is wrapping up, go through all the quadrants again and identify where your weakest spot is. What's stopping you from moving forward? As a coach, I'm here to tell you, you have everything you need. Your problem has a solution, and you have the ability to find it and take action. Dig deep, find that strength within yourself, and make it happen. Subscribe and see you soon.